Hello everybody, welcome back to the Eden Audio YouTube channel. I hope I find you all well. Just yesterday I received this turntable. It's called the GETT. It's from the British manufacturer called the Funk Firm. And today I'm going to give you a brief little tour and explain a few things to you about this turntable. Now, most people in the UK tend to go for Rega turntables, where the Funk Firm are a little bit different, and these differences I'd like to share with you this morning. For example, when you buy a Rega turntable, it's more or less a plug in and play. By that I mean everything's ready for you. When you open up the box, you just get it out. It's probably fitted with a cartridge. You just plug it in, put on a record, and away you go. With the Funk Firm, you've got a little bit more work to do. There you can see the turntable in front of you. But it doesn't actually come like that. You do actually have to assemble the turntable in part by yourself. So probably if you are thinking of buying this turntable, you either need to buy it set up already from a dealer, or you probably need to have a little bit of knowledge about how to set up a turntable yourself. Now let's have a little tour of the turntable and I'll explain things as we go along. As I say, you do have to assemble the turntable yourself. But first of all, let's start off here in the left hand corner, and this is the speed selector. So here we see it's set on 0, which is obviously off. And here you have two speeds. You have 45. Now this is for your singles, your 7-inch singles or your 12-inch singles. Sorry, excuse me there, it's having a mind blank. And above that, it's 33 RPM, where these will be your LPs. Say to turn it on, you just turn it on here like that. Away it goes. Turn it off. 45 for your singles or your 12-inch singles. Maxi singles, I think they call them in Europe. This is the platter you get. You do have to install the platter yourself, and you also have to, sorry I'm losing it a little bit there, you also have to install the belt. Now this is a little bit tricky. So you need to take your time installing the belt, because you need to put the belt there. And then you need to follow it around the platter very, very slowly. As I say, the belt is quite delicate. And you follow it around the platter like that. Nice and slowly. Around the platter you go. Until you get back to the pulley again. As I say, you need to do this slowly. As I say, it's a little bit fiddly. So take your time. And you'll get the belt to go on there perfectly. Another thing you need to bear in mind is setting up the cartridge. As I say, you will need to supply your own cartridge and add your own cartridge. The cartridge I put on here is one of my favourite MMs. I've got two favourite MMs. As I say, I'm not a guru. I'm not telling you what you should buy. I'm just making a personal recommendation of what I like. Say it's not written in stone. And the cartridge you can see there, if we can see a little bit closer, is actually a rebranded Rega, if I pronounce that correctly, MP110. It's an absolutely joy to listen to. It really is. I absolutely can't recommend that cartridge high enough. I don't know if that's in focus there, but this is a rebranded by Azimuth Audio. It's a C200. It's a mix between the MP150 and the 200 apparently, and as I said, it's absolutely gorgeous to listen to for an MM moving magnet cartridge. And the other one I really do rate, which has been discontinued sadly, was the Shure V15 Mark III. Two beautiful cartridges. They're an absolute pleasure to listen to. They really, really are. The other thing you do need to adjust yourself is that Azimuth, and you adjust that by undoing and tightening up this little screw here on the top, on the head shell there. What you do, what comes with the turntable, is for your cartridge alignment protractor. So you place that there. Sorry if I'm losing it a little bit, just trying to put that piece of cardboard on the platter and talk and hold the camera still at the same time. It's a little bit difficult. You know what us men are like for multitasking, we find it a little bit difficult. There we go, you put that on your platter like that, then you get your cartridge, and where you see the X, cool, trying to do three things at once, pretty difficult. Just where you see the X there, you go, you place it on the X like that, and you'd have to make sure that your cartridge aligns up and that's all there is to it. That really is quite simple. On top of the arm, moving along the arm, on top of the arm, this is the anti-skating. This is where you adjust the anti-skating. Just there on the top, this screw here for the anti-skating, and around the side of the turntable, can't see that very well, can't get around that, it's very, very narrow, don't know if I can see in there, but that is where you adjust the VTA. There's the counterweight for adjusting the pressure of the cartridge, and also, I don't know if you can see that very clearly, you have another screw around the back which adjusts, as I said, let me have a look, that adjusts the Azimuth, if I'm pronouncing these words correctly or not. There's the tone arm, it's an absolutely beautiful tone arm. There's the armrest, just there. There's a screw on top for the anti-skating. Don't know if you can see that around the back there, that's for the Azimuth. You just get this little tool here, place that on top of the turntable so you can see it. That goes into the rear. Let me see if I can show you better. Oops, see, there's it. That would go in there like that. You insert that in there and screw it with a pair of pliers or whatever. Here we have the power cable. Now, to be honest with you, I found this a little bit short. If I've got one complaint about this turntable, that would probably be it actually, that the actual power cable is actually quite short, and that you place under there where the power supply is. As I say, it's quite short, so you need to have your turntable quite close to your power supply, unfortunately. If it was 3 times the length, you'd probably be okay. There's your platter and there's your cartridge. I also recommend adding the acro map. Again, this is made by the Funk Firm. Here we have a white version. You can get them in various other colours, 5 colours. What is it? Yellow, blue, black, white, red. I think that's what it is. There you go. Look how smart that looks. As I said, this is a big step up in the sound of the Regas, to be quite honest. It's very noticeable as soon as you start listening to this turntable, just how good it is. Where you particularly notice the improvements is in the treble extension. It's much, much clearer in the treble. Beautifully extended treble. Real pleasure to listen to. And especially in the bass. As I say, personally I find the Regas quite bass light. The Regas, quite bass light. But with the Get, it goes down much, much deeper in the lower regions in the bass. Bass lines are much more easier to follow, more tuneful, got more punch to it. Here comes a fly to give us a visit. One of the pleasures of summertime here. The flies in the UK are absolutely ginormous. I don't remember them being that big in Spain. But when you get a fly through the window here, they are absolutely huge. They really are. And really annoying. They make such a loud noise as well. There we are. There's an absolutely outstanding turntable. Getting back to the sound, as I say, it is a total pleasure listening to this thing. It is still a very affordable turntable. All you need to do is set it up yourself. As I say, you take your time, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and it'll all be set up. Add your own cartridge. This is where, take a look around the side of the cartridge here. This is where your cartridge wires go. That's dead simple. Take your time over that because, again, they are very, very delicate. Get it set up all nicely. So it's a little bit tricky. You do need a little bit of experience. But I say it really does pay off in the sonics. It really is a total pleasure listening to this turntable. As I say, the soundstage is much wider than the Regas. Much more holographic soundstage. The sound really does bubble forth from the loudspeakers. So this is the entry-level turntable from the Funk Firm, and it offers exceptional sound quality. It really does. Anyway, there it is. Let's just quickly show you the lid. It's a lot more solider than the Regas as well. Fits on really nicely into these little hinges here. You can see at the back. Just connect those, put the hinges into there, and that's the lid. So it's quite retro looking. Place the lid down there. There you see the lid, the Funk Firm, the Funk. And it really is quite a funky turntable, really. The bass line, as I say, is really a pleasure listening to this turntable. I'm really enjoying it. I've only had it a day, haven't really run the cartridge in yet. I can tell you how good it sounds. Well, there we go. That is it. The Funk Firm, the GETT. Looks good. Looks funky. Sounds even funkier. Excellent choice of a turntable. Check it out at Eden Audio, where you can come and listen to it for yourself, just how good this turntable really is. Thanks for watching, everybody. Take care. See you in the next one. Bye bye now.